जी गुड मॉर्निंग. So we can have a review over the last day's topic before starting today's class. So I think we had gone through the solar energy, and after that we had discussed how the wind energy is harnessed. So the technique we have already seen during the harnessing of solar energy and wind energy. After that we were discussing hydroelectricity. So in the case of hydroelectricity, we were about to start. We had just mentioned what is hydroelectricity, and to produce the energy or electricity from water. We had just discussed the last day that the dams are constructed. Dams for what? Of course, for the storage of water. So today again we will start from that topic, up to which we had simply written that dams are constructed for the storage of water and how that water is used to produce energy or electricity. And some of the conversions will be there. So which type of energy of water will be used to convert in the form of electricity, we will see it. Okay, so I think now I should start the class. uh, Whether students will join in between the session. So now we will start our today's class, right? So just see. And I had also told that I may check your note copies. Note copies for what? That our courses will be ready, then we will be prepared for any type of examination. Okay, so whenever the date or dates will be announced for any type of examination, whether it is post midterm or any examination, we will be fully ready or prepared if our copies are ready. So just see once again, today we will finish hydroelectricity. Hydroelectricity. We had discussed this topic last day, in which we had written or we had discussed that our target is especially to prepare or to construct the dams. So just see once again, hydro means simply water. So how this water will be used for the production of energy? So we had discussed dams. You have seen dams store waters. So that store water, of course, at some particular height. There are many concepts here. You have seen the dams store water. Many gates are there. When they open the gate, water pass out, and that running water. So these dams are, of course, constructed at certain height. Just see, I am not going to tell only that sir only this happens in that. No, sometimes what happens? Sometimes in other methods like the movement of the water, the flowing of water which possesses kinetic energy is used, and this height is why when Just see, this is ground, this is ground, and you have constructed dam at certain height from the ground. Just see, this is the dam. Here you have constructed dam and the water has been stored here. This is the stored water. This, just see, a stored water. Is it clear? Okay, it's a clear na. So just see, only we are talking the concept how the methods are done. Here many gates are there. Just see, many gates are there. So according to requirement, it is opened. So we have heard many times that all the gates have been opened. So suddenly more water have passed in this area, and many villages have been simply washed away, or simply that area face the problem of the floods. So this will also come under the limitations, or you can say demerits, of the hydroelectricity. So first of all, see how the methods are run. Suppose the gates are just open. This will allow the running water to move here. Just see, this water is at certain height. So this has technically, what is physics in this concept? This water stored at certain height possess potential energy. Okay, डैम्स बनाकर बिजली उत्पादन किया जाता है, ये हम लोग हिस्ट्री सिविक ज्योग्राफी में पढ़ेंगे। हम यहाँ पे फिजिक्स की क्लास है। फिजिक्स मीन्स व्हाट इज साइंस इन दिस, how the technology have been implemented for the harnessing of electricity. Our target is to know about that. So just see, the water stored at particular height possess potential energy. This water is allowed to fall. This water gets converted in the form of kinetic energy. Energy conversion is taking place. And we have already told in class 9, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Only it can be transferred from one form to another. We are changing its form. We are not creating, we are not generating electricity, but this is the method of the conversion of electricity. Again and again, I am telling, we say that we are producing electricity, we are generating electricity. Okay. But we have already told, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Only conversion takes place. Means here, what we are doing, we are conversing. So this place where electricity with the help of water is produced, they are simply known as hydel power plants, or some there is it in written as hydro power plants. So just see, hydro power plants, and sometimes it is written as hydel power plants. So at this place, this conversion is done for the this during this conversion we get the energy or electricity. So see, this kinetic energy, and again we have our concept is that, sir, our target is to rotate this generator. So generator possess the turbine which has wheels, simply running water falling on these wheels or blades. What is this? This is simply wheels, or you can write blades of turbine. This T for turbine, turbine of generator. So this running water moves or rotates the blades of turbine of the generator, and this rotation helps to move the armature of the generator to rotate. And we have already gone through the construction and working of the generator. How the armature rectangular coil placed in between two strong magnets, when it is rotated in magnetic field, what happens? Electricity is produced. So actually here we are showing simply generator term, but actually this generator has armature, armature or simply the coil which rotates, and this armature or coil has been placed in between the two strong poles. Just see, north and south pole. This armature rotates, and when we have gone through the principle of electromagnetic induction, just see, electromagnetic induction, Michael Faraday, when the coil armature is rotated, placed in between the magnetic field, causes the current to induce in the coil. So that current induced automatically. That's why this current is also known as induced current. So this is electromagnetic induction. Induced induction. So here the current I is induced. We get induced current, and this current is further used for the various purposes. So this is in detail. Already we have discussed in the chapter magnetic effect of current. Here our targets how it is harnessed. You need to know the method, and after that advantages, disadvantages, demerits you can write. So advantages you all know. This is water. How it is advantageous, just see. This water is used for the production of electricity. This water can be used for irrigation purposes, and throughout the year we store the water. So fishing can be done there. We can also have some of the what commercial purposes. It can be used as commercial purposes by supplying the water for irrigation to the nearby villages or fields. This is used for the fish production, and this water can be used again by using motor. This water coming down, it can be taken up to the certain height again. Okay, so these are the advantages. Now as far as the demerits or disadvantages are concerned, we have just seen many people simply oppose, just they don't want that the dams are set up in that particular area where they are living. Why? Because sometimes we have here the gates have been opened, and due to the more water, the nearby villages can be merged under the water. So there is a chance of flood. During its construction, the ecosystem, or you can say ecological balance gets disturbed in that particular area. Flora and fauna that gets also disturbed. So you can create your own point. Setup cost may be vary, that will also a huge. So these are the merits and demerits which you all know. Okay, any problem to anyone? Okay. Simply our target is what? Only we need to know that sir how it is used. Just after that you all know what are its advantages sir and what are disadvantages. Okay, so every year we have seen its नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट. हम लोग हर साल सुनते हैं जी कि नेपाल नेपाल जो बांध है, कौन बराज बांध या कौन, बरसात में क्या होता है, पानी को भेजता नहीं है, पानी स्टोर करके रखते हैं, लेकिन बरसात में जब बारिश ज्यादा होती है तो वो अपना सारा फाटक खोल देता है. क्यों? और फाटक बंद रखेगा तो पानी उसके ओर लेयर बढ़ेगा तो उसका अपना शहर डूबेगा. तो नेपाल क्या करता है, सारे फाटक खोल देता है. उससे क्या होता है कि हमारे बिहार, नेपाल से सटे हुए जो भी बिहार के उत्तरी बिहार के एरिया देखोगे, हमेशा किशनगंज, पूर्णिया, खगड़िया, साहेबगंज जो भी एरिया है पूरा का पूरा 50, 200, 300 गांव डूब जाते हैं बाढ़. तो ये खतरा है कि हम सपोज इस एरिया में रह रहे हैं, बगल में बांध कोई है और रात में सोए हैं, अचानक ओवरफ्लो कर गया वाटर, डैम फाटक खोल दिए गए, रात में पानी अचानक घुसा, गांव में सोए हुए हैं आदमी, कभी भी कोई अलार्मिंग कंडीशन नहीं किया जाता. तो इस खतरा से बचने के लिए क्या किया जाता है कि पीपुल डोंट वांट दैट द डैम्स आर सेट अप इन दैट एरिया वेयर दे आर लिविंग. इसीलिए वह लोग प्रोटेस्ट करते हैं, उनके अगेंस्ट में रहते हैं. So they should be settled in the remote area where there is very less or no population. Clear? So already solar finished, wind energy finished, hydroelectricity. So regarding the hydroelectricity, we all know about its advantages, disadvantages. And hydel power plants already we have set up on many, like Tehri Dam. You have heard the name, which are still it is not completed. It is simply opposed by many people. Tehri Dam, गंगा नदी पे है. तो बहुत सारे डैम्स के प्रोडक्शन से हमारे देश का जो प्रोडक्शन ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रिसिटी होगा ना बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ेंगे. बट सिंपली पीपल लिविंग इन दैट पर्टिकुलर दे आर अपोजिंग ड्यू टू देयर रिवर्स और सिंपली द बैड अफेक्ट. You have also heard about Sardar Sarovar project on Narmada river. Okay, so now we need to know about what is the situation of production of electricity through the hydro or water in our country. It is about 24%. Just see, this is of India's production. Our country is still producing 24% of electricity of its whole consumption. हमें 100 चाहिए, उसमें से 24 प्रोड्यूस हम कर रहे हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ द हाइड्रो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. Take care. This is not minimum. This is maximum. After the coal, that is the fossil fuel, that is the non-renewable resource. This is playing very important role for the production of electricity for our country. So just see, this is the production capacity of our country, which is still only means this 24% is not our whole potential. This is only about, just see, this is about 17% of our whole capacity. Means out of 100, your potential is, suppose you can produce 100, but only you are producing 17, then we are producing about 24% of our whole consumption. Means what is the current value of the energy produced by hydroelectricity in our country, and what is our capacity? Means two things: current production, second our capacity. Capacity means simply whole capacity, whole potential or capacity. What is our whole capacity if we use all the water body present in our country or all the rivers? Then how much electricity we can produce, and what is the current value which we are producing, and what are the total value which we can produce? So that is about, this current value is about 26,000 megawatt. Just see, 26,000 megawatt we are producing, which is approx 17% only of our whole potential. Potential is 1,50,000 megawatt. Just see, this is our total potential. It's 17%, about 26,000 megawatt is being produced currently. Just think, if you use this amount can be utilized, and still this value is about 24% of our need, total need of India, out of which 24%, that is 26,000 megawatt, is produced with the help of this hydroelectricity. You need to note down this such type of the information. Okay, so sometimes it is asked for 1 marks or 2 marks, you need to know the value, so this must be mentioned in your note copy. Okay. Okay, any doubt, any problem you may ask, otherwise I will proceed next. Okay, so now the next one is, I am not providing you information in a particular order, simply whatever I have in my mind, I know that you need to know, I have providing you. So simply you have to see that, sir, this topic has been left, this has been given in NCERT, you have not touched, it should not be there. If some more topic I have taught you, okay, there should not be the less. Now next one is thermal energy. Just see, thermal. Thermal's word represents the term heat. You have heard in many cases thermometer, thermal expansion. In previous classes you have gone through the words thermal, thermometer, thermal, it measure the heat. Thermal expansion, the expansion due to the heat. It means this thermal word is associated with heat. So our target is heat energy. Now, heat is one of the form of energy, we all know. So we have to see that, sir, how heat is used for the production of electricity. And if heat is used for the production of electricity, then how the heat will be produced? We are not using here the heat of the sun, that has been already used in solar energy. So how this heat will be produced? So for the production of heat, we are using coal. Just say we are talking about India, our country, India. In India, thermal energy is produced with the help of coal, which is already non-renewable source. It is also fossil fuel. Both are the disadvantages, but still it is used for the production of electricity, and about 65% to 70% of the total electricity of our country is used by burning of coal. Take care. Means this is the one of the largest source for the production of energy in our country. We are talking about our country. So of course, the sources or the resources present or compel us to utilize them. We have the abundance of the coal in our country. In our country means throughout the India, like Jharkhand, Odisha, West Bengal. West Bengal, many areas are there which produce a lot of coal for the production of electricity. So just see, we are still using this because we don't have any other means options which are better. Better means in all the respect. Not only that, sir, we are using that is eco-friendly but costing a lot of money. So we have to see each and everything. So these are present in abundance in our country. That's why you are. This percentage may change. Sometimes it varies. Okay. So see, our target is what? How sir coal is used for the production of thermal energy. Just see. First of all, large container, large container, which is also known as boiler. Boiler, पानी boil करते हो. You have seen, you have seen in our homes or watching that incidents. The concept of the steam engine that was discovered by but invented by simply James Watt. So what happens, we have seen when the water in any container is kept over the stove or burner or gas and it is covered with the lid, ढक देते हैं जी बर्तन को, पानी को जब हीट करते हैं, गर्म करते हैं, तो वाटर कन्वर्ट्स इन द फॉर्म ऑफ स्टीम and that steam has enough capacity to do work. Do work means energy. If anything having potential to do work, it means it has energy. देखोगे कि ढक्कन नीचे गिर जाता है, इतना ताकत होता है. सीटी होता है प्रेशर कुकर का, वो ऊपर उठ जाता है, उतना हेवी होता है. स्टीम हैज कैपेसिटी टू प्रोड्यूस डिस्प्लेसमेंट. व्हेन डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज ऑन, वर्क इज डन. तो वो कॉन्सेप्ट को देखकर ही जेम्स वाट ने इन्वेंट किया था जी स्टीम इंजन का, कि ट्रेन उतनी सारी बोगी को विद पैसेंजर्स विद द गुड्स कैरी करता है, खींचता है. तो एक छोटा सा फेनोमेना और इंसिडेंस बहुत बड़े बड़े खोज को जन्म देती है. तो यहाँ पर भी वही करना है. इन द लार्ज कंटेनर वाटर इज बॉइल्ड. लार्ज कंटेनर व्हाट विल बी डू, जिसको बॉयलर बोलेंगे. वाटर इज बॉइल्ड. अब कहेंगे कि सर वाटर को, इस कंटेनर में वाटर को बॉयल करेंगे, तो बॉयल करने से ही इसको बॉयलर नाम दिया. ऑफ कोर्स इसको बॉयल करने के लिए क्या चाहिए, हीट चाहिए. फ्रॉम वेयर यू विल गेट द हीट, by burning of coal. Just see, you can write yourself the method, the harnessing process, how it is harnessed. You will write in the large container water is boiled, which is known as boiler. It is heated by burning of the coals. अब पॉल्यूशन तो होगा क्योंकि फॉसिल फ्यूल है, नॉन रिन्यूएबल है, तो हम लोग डिमेरिट लिख सकते हैं. लेकिन it is about 65 to 70%, so it is also advantageous. It is supplying much more energy needed for our country. Now this heat makes the container to boil, and further this water gets converted in the form of steam. वाटर बॉयल करेगा जी, तो ये कन्वर्ट करेगा किसमें, स्टीम में. एंड दिस स्टीम इज पास थ्रू द पाइप. जस्ट सी, थ्रू द पाइप this steam is passed over the wheel or blades of the turbine. Blades. This is the blades of turbine which rotates the blade in turn which causes the rotation of armature of the generator to produce electricity. स्टीम में बहुत ताकत होता है, बहुत बड़े बड़े कंटेनर में होंगे, बहुत ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ स्टीम विल बी देयर, दैट इज एनफ टेंडेंसी टू रोटेट दीज ब्लेड्स। एक दो ब्लेड्स नहीं, बहुत सारे होंगे, या हर एक पाइप के से थ्रू एक एक दो दो होंगे, so that will cause to rotate the turbine of generator resulting in rotation of the armature or coil to produce electricity. Any doubt, any confusion you may ask? तो दिक्कत है तो पूछ लो, कहीं पर कुछ भी किसी तरह का कि अब कहेंगे कि सर इसमें हम लोग इसका बेनिफिट क्या लिखेंगे, बेनिफिट यही देखोगे कि हमारा इसका यूटिलाइजेशन ज्यादा है, तो इसलिए हम लोग उसको लेकर चलेंगे पॉजिटिवली। और किसी को कोई डाउट है तो देख लो। एनीवन पूछना है? अब ध्यान देना कि जैसे कोल है, तुम लोग केमिस्ट्री के स्टूडेंट भी रहे हो अभी, कोल का बहुत सारा क्वालिटी होता है। जैसे हम लोग पढ़ते हैं एंथ्रासाइट द बेस्ट वन, पीट्स भी होता है, लिग्नाइट भी होता है, और भी होता है, चार होते हैं, जिसमें बेस्ट क्वालिटी एंथ्रासाइट होता है। उसका कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू मैक्सिमम है, उसमें लगभग 96% के अबाउट कार्बन होते हैं। तो एंथ्रासाइट कोल यूज होगा तो हमारा जो इसका कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू होगा मच मोर होगा। और घटिया क्वालिटी का कोल पीट्स, तो उसमें क्या होता है, ज्यादा से ज्यादा कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड और दूसरे वाटर वेपर्स वगैरह होते हैं। तो दैट विल डिपेंड अपॉन द क्वालिटी आल्सो। ओके, you need to mention these words also during the discussion regarding this. So especially our target is here to use this non-renewable, our there is no any alternate concept that can be replaced. This coal can be replaced by that word which is simply renewable. So you can go through this, and just we have discussed this coal, so we also need to discuss the term fossil fuel. So we will have the discussion regarding that, about which you have already learned, but here we will again learn. Just see, fossil fuels. First of all, you need to define the term fossil fuel. What is fossil fuel? After that we will say what are the examples. Fuels, it is already fuels, means that is used to produce energy. So what is fossil fuel? Can anyone define? Anyone? फॉसिल फ्यूल अनम्यूट करके बोल सकते हो जी। एनीवन? ओके, मीन्स ओनली deep inside the earth crust, means what actually happens there, so that that plant part or animal parts becomes the fossil fuel. Actually what happens there? One word you have left, one word you are missing. If you use that, your definition will be perfect. Yes, very nice. Yes, who is it? Khushi. Very good Khushi. Decomposition term, that is very very important. हम लोग पढ़ते हैं जी, कंपोस्ट भी पढ़ते हैं, तो बोला कि सब्जी है, केले के छिलके है, फल है, ये है, मिट्टी में गड्ढे में दबा को ढक दो, खाद बन गया, कंपोस्ट बन गया, मैन्योर बन गया, नेचुरल मैन्योर। तो हम लोग साइंस पढ़ रहे हैं, यहाँ कोई लिखना नहीं है 10 लाइन 20 लाइन, टेक्निकल वर्ड पकड़ना है। तो वर्ड है कि बैक्टीरिया करते हैं, ब्रेक डाउन breakdown means that is simply use of the bacteria जो advantageous है हमारे। तो decomposition यहाँ भी होता है, जैसे इसमें बोले dead parts of plants and animals. We have taken two terms, plants, animals, and just see, both are living organism, living, both are. And why we are, when these parts are just buried inside the earth crust, one more word, over the million of years. एक चीज ध्यान दे देना कि फॉसिल फ्यूल डिफाइन करेंगे, उसके बाद उसका एग्जांपल जब देंगे तो उसी में हमारा कोल, पेट्रोलियम, नेचुरल गैस, ये एग्जांपल्स है कॉमन। कोल मींस हाउ कोल इज फॉर्म, हाउ पेट्रोलियम इज फॉर्म, हाउ नेचुरल गैस इज फॉर्म, हाउ फॉसिल फ्यूल्स आर फॉर्म, आइडेंटिकल होंगे लगभग से। तो बोला कि when the dead and decaying parts of animal and plants gets buried inside the earth crust over million of years due to their decomposition. Decomposition is buried inside earth over huge temperature, large pressure. It gets converted in the form of fossil fuel. If you are asked how coal is formed, in the same way you will say that dead and decaying part of animals and plants gets buried inside the earth crust over million of years due to high temperature, high pressure, due to decomposition, it gets converted in the form of coal. In this way, coal is formed. पेट्रोलियम, पेट्रोलियम थोड़ा डिफर, थोड़ा सा अलग बात करेंगे, पहले इस पे बात करें कि सर मिट्टी के अंदर, बहुत अंदर हम एनिमल्स का डेड एंड डिकेइंग पार्ट को बरीड कर देंगे तो इट विल बी डिकम्पोज। इसके अलावा लिविंग के अलावा कोई दूसरा अगर हम करते हैं नॉन लिविंग तो क्या ये होगा कि नहीं जी? कोई भी नॉन लिविंग एग्जांपल ले लो, कोई भी बोलो, एनी नॉन लिविंग पार्ट, कुछ भी इन दोनों को छोड़कर बोल दो, यस और नो? नो। कागज, पेपर, तो कहेंगे कि सर कागज पेपर भी कहेंगे तो दैट इज आल्सो प्रिपेयर्ड बाय यूजिंग प्लांट्स। अगर इनके कोई भी पार्ट्स हैं तब, अब ध्यान देना, ये एनिमल्स हैं दे पोजेस द न्यूट्रिएंट्स इन देयर बॉडी, दैट इज सिंपली नोन एज बायोमास। अब कहेंगे कि हम लोग पत्ते, पेड़ पौधे के पत्ते से लेकर फल फूल हर पार्ट खाते हैं, क्यों खाते हैं? that is used as a food, it means that will provide us nutrients which is beneficial, which is useful for the growth of our body. Similarly, in the case of the non-vegetarian animals, we eat the flesh of animal, it means that flesh also contains protein, some other nutrients, so that we take it, that energy is transferred into us, and energy conversion have been already taught you in biology, how the rule of 10% energy conversion is there. So simply actually what happens when these plants gets buried inside earth, what happens, they get destroyed due to decomposition. इसे सड़ना गलना बोलते हैं, सड़ गए, गल गए। सड़ना गलना का मतलब डिकम्पोज हो गए, और डिकम्पोज हुए तो वो किस में मिलेंगे? उसी मिट्टी में मिल जाएंगे। जैसे हम लोग पढ़े कि पेड़ पौधे, बाहर में हम लोग इतने पेड़ पौधे देखते हैं, दिन रात धूप पानी में खड़ा है, बारिश हो रही है, नहीं भी हो रही, सूखा भी, फिर भी हरा भरा है। घर में पेड़ पौधे लगाते हो, पानी देते हो, खाद डालते हो, फिर भी वो उतना हष्ट पुष्ट नहीं होता। तो जो नेचुरल प्लांट्स हैं उनकी पत्तियां झड़ रहे हैं, गिर रहे हैं नीचे जमीन पे, मिट्टी में सड़ गल कर उसी में मिक्स हो गए। उन पत्तियों में जो न्यूट्रिएंट्स आर दैट गेट मिक्स्ड विद द सॉइल एंड दैट इज आल्सो एब्जॉर्ब्ड बाय द रूट्स ऑफ द सेम प्लांट एंड दैट इट यूज इट्स न्यूट्रिएंट। हम देंगे पानी तभी वो जीवित रहेंगे, ऐसा भी नहीं है। So how do they maintain themselves? So this is a concept. So this contains that biomass which is the source of energy actually. पत्थर को दबा कर रख दो 100 साल 200 साल, nothing will happen. लेकिन इनको दबा कर रखेंगे तो something will happen, because this contains some of the energy in it which is further transferred into another or mixed into soil due to the decomposition. Okay, so this is our target. How fossil fuels are formed? Clear. Petroleum and natural gas. Coal, clear. नेचुरल गैस थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट होगा, और वी है टाइम 2 मिनट बात कर लें। पेट्रोलियम में क्या है जी, कि पेट्रोलियम में सिर्फ पेट्रा प्लस वोलियम, इसको रॉक ऑयल बोलता है, इसका और दूसरा नाम भी बोलता है क्रूड ऑयल। क्रूड ऑयल अभी न्यूज में हमेशा यही आएगा कि क्रूड ऑयल का रेट आसमान छू रहा है, इसलिए पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट्स के दाम बढ़ेंगे। तो पेट्रोलियम डजंट मीन पेट्रोल। पेट्रोलियम इज द लिक्विड which is simply known as crude oil, which further divided into petrol, diesel, kerosene, wax, mobile, whatever other different temperature and different pressure, different refining work is done. Like the milk is a liquid, it is, I mean, simply given different processes, then sometimes it is converted into curd, sometimes it is converted into sweet, sometimes it is converted into khova, different products. Similarly, petroleum is the crude oil, that is a liquid which is taken inside from the earth crust, and that is further refined in the factory, and then it is converted into petrol, diesel, mobile, kerosene oil. So petroleum is basically, suppose this is the sea or ocean. Sea, ocean. So instead of dead parts of plants and animal, dead and decaying, you can write dead and decaying parts of marine. Marine means समुद्री, समुद्र के नीचे रहने वाले जीव जंतु जब इसके अंदर बर्ड होंगे, तो ये जनरली ट्रैप्स होते हैं इन बिटवीन द रॉक्स, पत्थरों के बीच में होता है जी, ट्रैप्ड, फंसे हुए होते हैं। तो बोर किया जाता है, समुद्र के सतह तक पहुंचना अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी बात है। एंड आफ्टर दैट बोरिंग इज डन, देन दिस are trapped in between the rocks, then from here it is drilled and taken out in the form of crude oil, and different process is done, then it is converted into petrol, diesel, etc. बॉम्बे हाई, इंडिया में हम लोग सुने हैं नाम, बॉम्बे हाई समुद्र के बीच में बना हुआ प्लेटफॉर्म है, बोर्ड कर करके यहीं से पेट्रोलियम निकाला जाता है। बट आवर इंडिया, आवर कंट्री हैज नॉट enough capacity that can be used for the consumption for our whole population. Okay, I think it will disconnect now, so I need to stop here. Next day tomorrow I will start from here. Okay, so now good day to all. Tomorrow we will have the discussion, the remaining topic. Okay. Okay, good day to all.